Todd Haley had some special things to say about head coach Aaron Glenn. We talk all about it. Boy Green Daily starts now.
I'm going to lose my gosh darn bananas. Boy Green Daily starts now. Zoinks!
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Let's go!
Put your seatbelts on. Get ready for the ride. We're the freaking New York Jets, and we're built for this shit.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Paul Eston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcast. Make sure if you're watching on YouTube, you like the video and hit subscribe, baby. We'd appreciate you. And for those who don't know, this is my final week in sports talk radio as it currently is constructed. So we're going to have a lot of shows, including today. We're going to have legendary Syracuse basketball coach, or former Syracuse basketball coach, Jim Boeheim on our radio show. Also have that over on the digital feed if you guys want to see some of our final interviews on the radio side as we transition to full-time digital. That is at MC Show Digital, the Man Show Boy Green Digital. I'll be doing basically just more stuff that you guys can see beyond just Boy Green Daily. So I hope you guys enjoyed that and hop on over. With that being said, let's get right into it. You know, we're in the off season. We love content. And boy, did we get some. I'm going to play a long clip here, but it's certainly worth it. This is Todd Haley, who joined Kevin Clark on This Is Football, which also posted on ESPN television and everywhere else. And he told a lot of fun Aaron Glenn stories. We'll play the full clip in its entirety, and then we'll come back and we'll break it all down. Here's Todd Haley on Aaron Glenn.
You mentioned Bill Parcells and players who played with him, players rising from the bottom. Aaron Glenn, I think he was in the front office at one point of the scouting system with the Jets. You overlapped with him. You know him. If I'm a Jets fan, I should be thinking, what about Aaron Glenn? Like sell me on. I think he's going to be great. I spent some time with him in Detroit under Dan Campbell. I understood that, first of all, anybody involved in that system is not going to skip steps. It's going to be a very honest, rigorous build, not a rebuild, because the Jets need basically to start from scratch, but it's going to be a build, and that it's going to be authentic, and they're going to get coached hard. So explain to me, having known Aaron Glenn since the Parcells era in New York, what they should expect.
Well, I'd be excited. Number one, I was there. I was actually a scout when Aaron was drafted. And Aaron came to me way back then because I could throw the football, and I'd be working with the coaches, during off-season time. And, he said, I want to be able to catch better. So he and I worked together all the time. Then I ultimately became a coach. I wasn't coaching his side of the football, but got to know him a lot. And then we both end up back with Coach Parcells in Dallas again. So,
right.
He's been taught both as a player and a coach by some of the best there are. I mean, whether it's Bill Parcells, Bill Belichick, Sean Payton, Dan Campbell, who we all were, they were teammates together in Dallas. So we were all there. But, he's been coached on both sides of it, as a player, as a coach, how, no different than, I'm sure he got advice from Coach Parcells when he wanted to get into the, when his playing career ended. And I would guarantee it, Bill said, listen, start at the bottom, show you want to be there, show you're not just doing this because it's fun and it'll be easy. You got to prove that you want this. And, and that's what he did, starting out in the front office, scouting, some of the similar things that I did. But I just think he's been around the right people. I was blessed to be around Coach Parcells, still have him as a friend, as a mentor, Dan Henning, Belichick, Romeo Crennel, all those guys, at a very early stage in my career. And I learned from the best, really. I saw how it's supposed to look, how it's supposed to feel. I was there in New York when Bill came in after Rich Kotite, and it was not pleasant by any means. Throw in there, you're a young coach just trying to prove that you can survive. But Aaron Glenn was there. He saw how Coach Parcells transformed losing group into a winning group. So, Aaron gets all that. He called me in the off season when he was just a secondary coach with the Saints, and we'd do Zoom calls. And it was, you saw, like I was talking about with Nick Sirianni, the want to, the desire, for a guy to call me and say, hey, will you spend a couple hours on Zoom and just talk to me about offense and what you guys think? You knew this guy was up and coming, and he was going to have a chance. And I think my father always said, just don't worry about climbing. Don't worry about the next job. Just worry about doing the job you have really well, and good things will happen. And I think Aaron's an example of that. Now he's in the big spot as a head coach, but I think he's going to be fine. I mean, will there be growing pains? Absolutely. There always are, but he's a fast learner. He's going to figure it out. You can already see what's happening in New York. He's made it his team, and that's the key. Having everybody understand you're going to put everybody in the best position to succeed. And I don't think it's going to happen overnight. When you're turning the Titanic around, but I think he's going to get it done.
Yeah, it's amazing the through line he just said, where he's seeking you out to throw the football to him, whatever it was, 30 years ago, and now he's seeking you out for Zoom to talk offense. He's with the Saints. Like, it's incredible. It just sounds like he wants to do the work, which is step number one of being a learner.
Wow, a lot to unpack there. A shout out to Kevin Clark. This is football, and we're gonna go through that. But yes, Incel Alon, LOL, Titanic. That's good. That's good. Yeah, here's the specific line. I wrote about it. There's a full article in the YouTube description down below where he says, here it is, about turning this ship around. And he says, obviously he talked about, Bill coming in after Rich Kotite, saying it wasn't pleasant. I would imagine not so. But in terms of expectations, now he's in the big spot as a head coach, quote. I think he's going to be fine. I mean, will there be growing pains? Absolutely. There always are. But he's a fast learner. He's going to figure it out. You can already see what's happening in New York. He has made it his team. That's the key, having everybody understand that you're going to put him in the best position to succeed. I don't think it's going to happen overnight when you're turning the Titanic around, but I think he's going to get it done, end quote. Well, the Titanic sunk, so I imagine turning that around will be quite difficult. But if anyone can turn around a sunken ship, it's Aaron Glenn. Anywho, I got a lot of what he said, and we'll get even more into that here in just a moment. Again, shout out to This Is Football. Beautiful, awesome stuff. We got a couple of comments coming in. First off, Take Flight Eric, baby, who's been a member for friggin' 9 gosh darn months here on the channel. You love to see stuff like this. I know I do. Wow. BG can't wait for the game. Me and Pops are excited. And yes, for those who missed it, I don't know how you can because I talk about it all the time, but week 5, Jets Cowboys, it's going to be awesome. We're hosting a party in the parking lot. It'll be food catered by Chef Kevin Gilbert, one of the best in the gosh darn business. Make sure you subscribe to his and his son's YouTube channel at Fastest Food Reviews. Terrific. He's going to be great. The menu is spectacular. And we'll be sitting in section 228A. And yeah, it's right around the corner. It's only a couple of months, which sounds like a lot, but it's going to be here before you know it. And I am excited. I can't wait to see so many of you guys. It's going to be a real treat. It's going to be a real treat. Some of you I'll be meeting for the first time. Take Flight Eric, you are not on that list. You are not on that list, my friend, because, well, I mean, we've already met. We met last year in Booyah. We got a $9.99 super chat coming in, which means we must play our brand new Gator super chat video extraordinaire.
Thank you for that. The super chat. You could get lucky here on the Boy Green Show. This show is daily. It's in the morning. Be sure to stay tuned. Let's go, Jets.
Every time I watch that video, something happens in my gut. I'm not sure what, but something does. Thank you, Take Flight Eric. You got 3 more raffle tickets for a contest this month. And note, you are $1 away from another raffle ticket based on your previous super chat combinations. and contributions for that matter. Let's throw it up here on the big board. This is our giveaway for this month. A full New York Jets zip-up hoodie comes with the original Jet Zone banner. Basically, it's just a big New York Jets banner that how this show started 5 years ago. So it's a wonderful gift. So you got some more raffle tickets for that. And I'll also tease for next month, we have the biggest raffle in Boy Green Daily history. And it's going to come with special rules. You guys will see it. We'll reveal the winner of this contest on July 1st and then immediately reveal what is to come throughout the month of July. I hope you guys are excited for that. It'll help us count down to training camp. It's going to be a real hoot. So I love it. Absolutely love it. And with this super chat coming in, we got a message here from Take Flight Eric. BG, me and my dad should be sitting next to OG since we are the only father and son NYJ Cowboys fans combo out here. That's a compelling case, Eric. It's a compelling case that we've got the Jets-Cowboys thing, Jets-Cowboys thing, both of us. Both of us are Jets guys. Both of our dads are Cowboys guys. It's a good point. You know, some people have said we should bid on this, but maybe you're right. Maybe that's just it. Maybe that's what the combination should be. It would be pretty spectacular. So I will take that under advisement, my friend. We'll see what happens. I love that. And oh, yes, for people talking about the heat waves, it's hot as balls here. Good Lord, have mercy. I'm in a couple of layers here wearing polos. I'm trying to, wear polos throughout the rest of the week. You know, it's a special radio show. We have all these special guests joining us in studio and all over the place. You know, it's beautiful. J-Boy has a special request. And yes, I will honor it. You know, sometimes we play different videos for different combinations. But yes, I'll do it for you here, J-Boy.
Here's what I do know. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Damn straight, baby. Damn straight. You call for it, we'll make it happen, baby. Again, that's compelling. And yes, I see you guys are talking about the Celtics and Portland Trailblazers trade that sent Drew Holiday back to Portland for the second time. I just want to pour one out for Drew Holiday. The Celtics don't win a championship without Drew Holiday. And, hey, it was a necessary evil. All these apron business, with all this aprons, you got to sort of, do what you got to do. All right, Take Flight, Erica. You need to sign it. Will do. I'll pull up the banner and make sure I sign it in big, juicy letters. If that will somehow decrease the value of it for you, I will absolutely do that. Yes. Yes, I do enjoy family. It's going to be great. Like I said, my father's going to be there. My children will be there. My fiance will be there. Everybody's going to be there. It's going to be excellent. Excellent. And yes, please, everybody stay hydrated. I have this, whatever thing my fiance got me. It's this big Yeti thing. And I'm filling that with water like nobody's business. I should have probably brought that over here so I don't pass out because it's hot as hell, specifically in the studio. Very hot. Our bedroom, we have like the AC blasting. It's like a frozen tundra in there. And I'm like, yes. And then I step out of it, I'm like, ugh, God, uncomfortable. But that is true. So, yeah, so we'll keep an eye out for that. A lot of stuff coming. Dog Days of Summer, as Vern says. So, yeah, you guys are going to really enjoy that giveaway, I think, with that raffle. It'll be very special. It'll be coming next month. And it's for you, the fans. It's for you, the fans. And going back to Todd Haley here for a second, because originally Jake Asman had old Todd Haley on a couple weeks ago. And Todd Haley revealed that AG was sort of talking to him about some sort of a senior offensive consultant role, but for some reason or another, the dots didn't connect. But he sort of left the door open that maybe we could revisit that. The thing that I love is when AG was a player, he said, you know what? He had awareness, said, I think I could catch better. Hey, Todd, who's just an assistant at this point, he's like, hey, man. Or a scout or something. And he's like, hey, can you throw me some footballs? Let me get some work in. And then AG now in the league is a defensive guy, right? A secondary coach and all these other things. He's doing all these other jobs. And then he's like, I want to balance this out. Because something that is miffed AG, and this dates back to the end of the Detroit Lions run, and even now you've heard it a few times with the media. Aaron Glenn does not want to be labeled a defensive guy. Obviously, he is a defender. He played 15 years in the National Football League as a corner, and he's been a defensive coach in the National Football League so far, but he believes he's not just a defensive coach. Let's date back to this clip back from January when he was still on the Detroit Lions as a defensive coordinator, and he had this tete-a-tete with a media member.
As far as, typically, I mean, Bill Belichick is a shining example of a defensive coach who won Super Bowls, but typically it's offensive coordinators. They come from the offense who become Super Bowl head-winning coaches.
Yeah.
Why do you think that might be? Is there...
Well, I don't know if that's truly accurate. I can just go off the top of my head with Bill Carr, Mike Tomlin, Bill Belichick. That's won a ton of Super Bowls as a defensive coach. And here's the one thing that I would say about myself. I'm a coach. I just happen to be on defense. I understand the offense just as well as a number of people. So if you're going to hire me, you're going to hire a coach. You're not going to hire a defensive coach. I'm going to talk to the offense just as much as I'm going to talk to the defense.
See, people ask, is Aaron Glenn going to be a success? Well, yeah, sure. Let me tell you. I don't know, man. Why the hell? I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I've got no idea if AG is going to work. But I'll tell you this. The reason to feel optimistic is that he seems to be doing all the right things, even before he was the Jets head coach. He's this defensive guy, and over the last decade plus, he's like, you know what? I want to know the offense even better. Let me use my old connections and see if we could just talk ball. And as you heard in the This Is Football clip, Aaron Glenn called his old buddy Todd Haley up, who's an offensive mastermind, and said, hey, man, can we do some Zoom calls and just talk offensive ball for hours? And Todd's like, sure. And AG, just doing the right things. Todd Haley called it the want to, the desire. Like he wants to do this. He doesn't just want to, and let me even rephrase that. He doesn't just want to do this. Like he wants to be great. Again, that doesn't, just because you want to be great doesn't mean you will be great. It's not how it works. But the want to is an important piece. Want to is an important piece. I'll give you a story, but I won't give any names. Won't give any names here. I'm in the sports talk radio business, at least this week. And we have interns that come in. And I also speak to a local college I graduated from, SUNY Oswego. You know, Al Roker, Linda Cohn, Steve Levy, Boy Green. All those people were there. All those famous people were there. And I speak to the sports broadcasting class every year. I get all kinds of questions. So I do a little speech. I do a little spiel. Tell them all about all things. Digital world, radio world, podcast world, all this stuff I tell them. And I'm like, questions. Hit me with them. And then questions come from all over the place. And one of the questions is like, oh, man, how much money do you make? And I'm like, well, to be honest, it's not millions. But, you enjoy the hell out of it. And they're like, so not much. I'm like, well, no, it's not particularly much. I don't have a mansion. But, that's something you sort of have to weigh. Plus, it's just very difficult. Everyone wants to do sports talk radio. Not many people do. Lots of people want to do a podcast. For some reason, not many people do. There's all kinds of things that go beyond just being on camera or being on the radio. There's all kinds of behind-the-scenes things. You got to grind. And there's no guarantee you're going to get the gig. Like in radio, when I joined as an intern 10 years ago, there was no guarantee I'd be a producer or a co-host or none of that. I just said, I'm going to put my head down, try my best, and, hopefully the gods shine upon me with favor. I work as hard as I can and do everything I possibly can to put myself in the right position to potentially move forward in this career. And that's ultimately what it is. Plain and simple. Bones and foundation. And some people just don't have the want to or drive. I've had plenty of talent. One of my other jobs, on top of being like a radio co-host and a producer, is sort of like an internship coordinator. We've had a lot of young people, which is very important to me, have come through our radio station. I try to take them under my wing and show them everything I can. Good, bad, and different about the business. I really try to do that. And I like hearing the success stories when they do whatever they did with us, and then they go on to big and great things. That revs my engine. I love to hear it. And there are some interns that come in that are super talented. Like, I mean, it jumps off the page. And I'm like, wow, a great voice, a great personality, mixed in with the voice, stage presence, right? Being on the mic. Some people are hubbada, hubbada, hubbada. Some people explode like a superstar. And you're like, wow, okay, there's the it factor right there. But they may like, I don't like this. I'm good. Or they just have the talent, but not the drive, right? So they have the talent. Yeah, I'm talented. And then they get lazy. All that happens all the time. So the want to is such a important piece because that is inside your soul. Do you have what it takes? It's a mental game. Do you have what it takes to do this? Football, radio, whatever you do in your life. Are you willing to do what it takes to have a chance? And not a lot of people are. But the thing that I love is that AG is. Now, again, I just mentioned that doesn't guarantee success. But boy, does it put you in a pretty solid position that you think it can happen. And that's why I'm excited about AG. Because there's a lot of critics out there. I just played that AG clip back from January where people are like, boo, Jets hire another defensive guy. Over the last quarter century, the Jets have hired defensive guy. Todd Bowles, Rex Ryan, AG, this guy. And then the only time they really dipped in the offensive pool over the last 25 years is Adam Gase. And well, we know how that went, don't we? Right? So, a defensive guy that didn't rev a lot of engines this offseason. And then a first-year head coach. They're like, what the hell? We've been having first-year head coaches left and right. Not a lot of retreads in the Jets' pool of candidates here in the 21st century. Rex Ryan, first-time guy. Adam Gase, ironically enough, was both the offensive guy and the retread. Todd Bowles, first-time guy. You go through all the guys, right? It's weird. But the thing that makes me feel positive about it, optimistic that maybe this time is different, is that he's doing all the right things. And we can only hope that it was that. Luca, by the way, says it was 95 degrees here in Toronto yesterday. It felt like 111. Yeah, we had the felt like 118 yesterday. And I was like, good night. Unbelievably hot. And J-Boy, that's another great comment. It's like he needs this. And the other thing I loved is that AG wanted this job. He wanted it. He had other opportunities. He wanted this. He wanted to turn this franchise around. You heard Todd Haley talk about the turnaround of being there in the Rich Kotite era. Aaron Glenn coming in here in 1994. He didn't come here at the same time as Bill Parcells. No, sir, he did not. That was year 4 for Aaron Glenn. He was in there at 94. He was in there in 95. He was in there in 96, and Bill Parcells arrived in 1997. Aaron Glenn saw the shit show it used to be with Parcells. He's seen the turnaround in the green and white. He's seen the turnaround in all the different places he's been. He needs this like SpongeBob needs water. Water! That's what AG needs. He needs the Jets. He wants to turn them around. You heard about it in his introductory press conference, bringing up the AFC Championship game against the Denver Broncos in the 90s, saying, we have this chance, and I want to right wrongs of the past. Terrific. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. There you go. Nate says, my dead uncle has a podcast. Everyone has podcasts. You know what I mean? A lot of podcasts. Hey, shout out to A Step 10 here, baby. We got another YouTube super chat coming through. You'll love to see it. Let's ride.
Wow.
Good morning, BG and Coffee Club. Arthur Sochka here. I love it. Shout out to Arthur here, which, by the way, it's another 3 raffle tickets. You're up to 46, my friend, and you're $1 away from another raffle ticket based on your previous super chat combinations. Let's update that on the leaderboard down below. Love it. And we'll give an update on the top 5 that we have going on here. Appreciate you. All right, A-Step 10. Let's see here. We got J-Boy, 90 raffle tickets this month. Joey Matesic, 53, and all the wonderful gifts he submitted last week. A-Step 10, 46. Scotty Mayhem, 34. Dre Correa, 31. That is our top 5 leaderboard this month for our giveaway. Love it, love it, love it. Shout out to you, Arthur. Let's go. Yes, well done. Well done. All right. Yes. Stephen Fox says, took me 35 years to become an overnight success. That's funny. MFC, imagine if Woody Johnson never demanded LaFleur get fired. There are a lot of rumors about old Mikey, little Mikey, to get fired. Alon wants to get back in the business. When I can get back on air, my goal is to produce a show. Producing a show is so much fun. I've had the pleasure of producing shows, so many shows. I produced In the Booth, Dan Duva. For any of our hockey fans, he's now the voice of the Vegas Golden Knights. We worked together on his show here in Syracuse. That was In the Booth with Dan Duva. I produced On the Block with Brent Axe, Syracuse guy. Did former work with the Buffalo Bills. Obviously, with Jim the Man-Child Lurch, produced there. There's another show. Orange Nation, Stephen Fonte. He's News Channel 9, a local television personality. And Sal Manine, who is also a local TV personality, moved back to Texas. So I've had the pleasure to produce a lot of shows in the radio business, and it's been a pleasure. That's certainly true. That's the good news from what Ricky says, is that we had temporary dopamine highs from all those first-time head coaches with defensive backgrounds of Herm Edwards, Todd Bowles, Rex Ryan, Al Groh. They all had winning records year one. That was a streak that was going on there for a hot second. That sure was. Good shout out, Ricky. By the way, I've seen some new content on the Ricky New York Live YouTube channel. Guys, make sure you guys check that out over there. Love it. Pretty cool. MFC. Alon comes back. The name of Alon's show. Everything and everyone sucks. All right. I like the creativity of the name. Very nice. Well done. Yes. We'll see if he can find the right time. He wants to produce, not be the guy, but. Troy Sturtis said, just seen the Travis Hunter contract, 4-year, $46.65 million, fully guaranteed. That's crazy. Not played it down yet. Is that how much it is? I'm gonna do a discount double check on the Travis Hunter deal that came in. Travis Hunter contract. Yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, there was some record-breaking nature of this. What was the record-breaking part? Let me see. Signed number 2 overall pick, 4-year deal, $46 million, $30 million signing bonus, the standard 5th-year option. Okay, there's supposed to be some. Let me see. I thought there was something special about this deal. Yeah, but it is. Hey, deals used to be crazier. What's the? I'm trying to see where the. Oh, the record was the bonus paid out. I guess that was the little nugget. Oh, okay. Yeah, they were like negotiating something because obviously he's a unique beast. Is Travis Hunter. But hey, remember back in like the Sam Bradford, Matt Ryan days when the number 1 overall picks, like we knew the pick well before the draft, like they agreed to deal $70 million, $80 million, Jamarcus Russell. They got up to crazy ass things. So now it's slotted, and it sort of goes up with the TV packages too. But like $46 million is a lot, but I mean it used to be a lot more, for sure. As Stephen Fox says, please smash the like button and hit the reminder bell, baby. Like button, subscribe, reminder bell. You want to make sure you never miss a video, baby. Yes. And subscribe to the new channel, The Man-Child Show Boy Green Digital. We interviewed Nick Faria, which you guys got to experience that on this side a couple days ago. I won't able to always do that for the Jet shows, but I hope you guys can go check them out. So again, at MC Show Digital. We'll be going full-time next week. So we're already doing content. Obviously, we have all kinds of interviews happening throughout the week, but we go full-time next week. That's going to have some live shows that you guys can interact with, and that'll be in addition, again, to Boy Green Daily, which is going to be awesome. We'll have stuff for our Survivor fans out there, Jets, NFL, so much cool stuff. I hope you guys go over and support the channel. Just search out if you're watching right now. We got 300 people in the room. If you have not, we got like 120 subscribers or something. So go over to youtube.com/@MC Show Digital, or to simply search for the Man-Child Show Boy Green Digital. You'll see a little cartoon character of me up in the corner. And yeah, baby. Yeah, make sure you jump on over there so you guys don't miss any content. That would be wonderful. I appreciate it. All right, we got a super chat coming in from Booby. Let's go, Booby.
Wow.
A quick discount double check here on yes, Booby. Okay, this is, let's see, how much was this? 2-piece. Okay, beautiful. Very nice. You've got yourself another raffle ticket, Booby. You've doubled your raffle ticket so far this month, Booby. All right, Booby, what do we got to say? The Jets AG win Super Bowl versus Bears BJ within 5 years. Okay, so let me get this straight. The Jets Aaron Glenn win Super Bowl versus Bears Ben Johnson within 5 years. Oh, like who wins? Who wins the Super Bowl first? That's interesting. Justin Fields' old team too. Look at the Bears depth chart real quick. All right, let's look at the. Let's take a gander at the Chicago depth chart. Let me take a look at this. Oh, Windy City. Their division is incredibly difficult. I mean, they got some monsters in that division. All right, so DeAndre Swift. All right, Kyle Munganai. I always butcher that. He's the Rutgers kid. I love him. I'm glad they got him. Obviously, I'm a massive Roma Doomsday fan. Luther Burden III, I'm a little less all over. They got Colston Loveland. They got some talent, man. DJ Moore. They redid the offensive line this offseason. Let me look at the defense. Oh, I forgot they got Grady Jarrett this offseason. Nice. They already had Montez Sweat. Tremaine Edmonds, the athletic alien predator linebacker. Jaquan Brisker back there. They got some dudes. It's a nice little roster there. I guess it's all Caleb Williams' development. I'll still bet on AG, baby. Super Bowl. Give me the Jets. But a good question, Booby. Good question, though. I like that. Appreciate you. All right. Oh, that was it. Flight Boys 2.0 Slim God. First non-quarterback to get guarantees up front. I knew there was something about it. I heard in the winds. I didn't read the story, but I think it was in Pittsburgh when it all happened. I'm like, cool. Oh yeah, and there it is too from J Boy. Highest paid draft pick non-quarterback, I think. Okay, that makes sense. In the I would assume the rookie wage scale era, because that money wouldn't balance. But I get what you're saying. Stephen Fox, how's the knee? Yes, I went down like a sack of potatoes walking home from PNC Park on cobblestone, and I flipped, and it was incredibly embarrassing. At least it was dark, so I don't know how many people saw it. But the knee's feeling better, so now all of a sudden I'm like, oh, maybe I didn't do something to it. So we'll see. We'll keep trying to operate normally, and if the doctor calls, and not literally, because how would the doctor know that my knee's banged up? But if things progress worse, I will definitely see the doctor. But it's been this emotional, geez, I blew up my leg. Okay, I'm fine. No, wait, I blew it out. No, wait, I'm fine. So it's been very back and forth. I really hope I did not. I did not have on my bingo card before I turned 33, blowing out both knees with reconstructive surgery. So I hope that doesn't happen. Thank you. There you go. Why don't we do this, baby? We got 300 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe, and a HEP song, and we'll open up the phones lines next here on BGD.
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Talking Jets football, man. Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. New York Jets Football Club. Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football with Boy Green. J-E-T-S, Jets. Let's go.
Let's frickin' go, as Hep says there, baby. Let's go. The phone lines are now open. That is youtube.com/boygreen25. If you'd like to call into today's show, feel free to do so. Also, while you're here on YouTube, if you are on YouTube, like the video, hit subscribe, baby. Again, I can't tell you guys how much it makes a tremendous difference in the YouTube algorithm. If more of you guys like the videos, they go in front of other Jet fans that may not have seen the show before, which makes it a pretty gosh darn special. So, guys, make sure you show your love there on the program. All right, without further ado, let's dive into the phone lines. We got a lot to get to. And first up, it's Hip Hop Hep. What's up, Hep?
Hey, Paul. Hey, fellas. We're in the slow part of the wait and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. If people haven't seen it, I suggest watching the Origins that the Jets
Oh my
put out.
gosh. Yes.
Really good stuff. And I've been watching that, and it's really entertaining. I had sent you the one about Garrett Wilson. That's the one that's my favorite one. That kid is
Yeah.
something. I didn't realize he played quarterback in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yeah.
think having one play in the pocket for G Dub to throw a pass, I think that might be, this one play will get us to the Super Bowl or get us into the Super Bowl. It's like, hey, this is it. Take it out of the pocket. Let's use it.
Well, just to expound upon that, we've seen Garrett Wilson throw a pass before, and
Oh.
Nathaniel Hackett was an idiot. All right, so here's the plays. I'm pretty sure it was against the Raiders, but I'll have to go back and look. So Garrett Wilson gets slammed down on his arm, and he's like,
Oh,
God, my
right. I
arm.
remember.
And Nathaniel Hackett's like, trick play next. And you're like, are you sure? My arm's not feeling great. No, trick play, 100%. Let's zig when they're zagging. And Garrett
I
Wilson's like,
know.
all right. And they do the trick play, and Garrett goes, "Bleh," and then the ball just goes incomplete, but it was open. And we're like, Hackett, what the hell?
Yeah, I
You had
know.
that in the playbook, and now is when you pull it out. So, yeah, so it'd be nice with a healthy Garrett Wilson to use that one next time. I mean, for God's sakes, Jesus.
Yeah, yeah. And the other thing is, I was watching Jake's show yesterday. I guess he's searching for content too. He had a thing up called the Mount Rushmore
Oh, I saw that.
you
Yeah, I didn't
saw
see
that,
the show.
right?
I just saw the headline. Yeah.
Right. So it was interesting. Of course, they had Namath, and
Okay.
then they had Maynard, which was
Ooh.
interesting because I didn't
Okay.
realize, he's so far removed from our
Right. People
current
don't
situation.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, he was the leading pass receiver in the NFL for a while.
100%. I wish, because again, I go on this rant every once in a while, but there's all these people that say, Garrett Wilson, greatest receiver we ever had. And I'm like, whoa, slow the hell down, people. There's some guy, I saw his bust in Canton, and no, it's not Garrett Wilson. It's Don gosh darn Maynard, okay? Look at some of the numbers he put up back in the day, plus, to your point, the league leading numbers that also existed. So let me ask you, Hep, who is your Jets Mount Rushmore? Who's your 4?
Oh, okay. Well, of course you have to have Namath, right?
Of course, you have. Yeah, no default has to be on there. I agree. Yes.
Right. And then I was thinking Curtis Martin.
Of course, Pro Football Hall of
Curtis.
Famer, legend. Yes, love Curtis. Yep.
Then I'm thinking Revis.
Yeah, the modern era and his run of eliteness. Another Hall of Famer. That makes sense.
And he was a dominating force, similar to not as much as LT, but he was just like, wow, he's the man. As far as Now the tricky part is now you have Maynard and you have Klecko.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Because in my head, right, you have Maynard who dominated as a receiver. The New York Sack Exchange is such an important part of the history that don't you feel like a representative should be in there? But then it feels like a slight to Maynard, but there can only be 4.
I know.
Boy, that's tough. That's difficult.
Yeah. So I was thinking of a twist on that whole thing. I was thinking, how about the Mount Rushmore of wonky Jet players to ever put on a uniform?
Oh, like terrible or like just goofy,
like
unique?
Disaster players like Reddick, who was
Reddick, Vernon Golston has to be on that list. Good Lord.
Zach Wilson.
Yeah. How does Zach Wilson not crack the cut? Oh, that's a great twist on it. Oh, boy. Oh, that'll get some great responses. We might have to do that. The fail,
the wonkiest players.
Yeah, let me put that in my notes. That's a good one. I love that one. That's great. Let's give those guys some love. Everyone always talks about the legends. What about the people that totally blew it? Don't they deserve some more love? I like that. Jets failed Mount Rushmore. I put that in my notes. Hep, I love that. Thank you.
All right.
Nice.
Well, thanks, Paul. I guess I'll see you guys on the rebound.
Okay, will do. There you go. My boy Hep here on the show. Real quick before we go to the phone lines, I just found this funny. Okay, so I'm going to play you guys something. So the Jets, before the team all broke, right? Like no one's at the Jets facilities, like players I'm talking about. They're on break, and they're on break for another like 3 weeks or something. And before they all left camp, the Jets media team interviewed a bunch of these guys, like probably the entire team, probably. And they're releasing like one every couple of days or something to try to grease the wheels, wet the beak, keep fans engaged. And so Caroline Hendershot, amazing. We've had her on this show before. She's a Jets team reporter. She was interviewing Armand Membu. And I will play you the exchange, and I'll tell you, I heard what actually happened, but then I also heard a different version in my head. I'll explain in just a moment. Let's go to the tail of the tape. This is Caroline Hendershot asking the final interview question to Jets rookie offensive tackle Armand Membu.
Now, last one for you. What have you thought of Justin Fields and getting to play with someone who's been in the league before, been around the block, and just being a part of that offense?
Yeah, just a super talented guy with the big arm potential. I'm really excited to block for him.
Awesome. Appreciate the time, Armand.
All right, thank you.
What? Folks, in case you just missed that because it was 15 seconds long, that it's our Q&A back and forth. This is what actually happened. Caroline Hendershot asked, what have you thought of Justin Fields and getting to play with someone who's been in the league before, been around the block, and just being a part of the offense? Yeah, just a super talented guy, big arm potential, real excited to block for. So what I heard was the Family Guy skit. Tom Tucker, now here's Ollie Williams with the weather forecast. Ollie, it's going to rain. Thanks, Ollie. That's what I heard. We just got all Family Guy there. Thanks, Ollie. What? Armand Membu's funny. He's unintentionally funny, which are sometimes the funniest people in the world, when they aren't even trying to be funny. That is hilarious. Armand Membu, a man of very few words, but if he could block, guess the words won't matter. Now, were they? Steven says he took the media training. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But, yeah, he has said, sometimes I click an interview and I say to myself, this guy is going to say absolutely nothing, but let's see what happens. Let's go back to the phone lines. We've got Ted, NY Jets FL, here on the program. What's going on, man?
Oh, good morning. Christian Hackenberg is on my Hall of Shame list.
Oh, God. Come on, man. How does he not make the list? He was so bad as a 50th overall pick that we never saw him once. Like, they wouldn't even try it. Like, hey, what do we have to lose? Nah, just never play. Wow.
He was Knoble before Knoble was even born. I mean, he was the pre-Knoble. So that's the way I look at it now.
Did that really happen? That's a good point. All right, I like that choice. Yep, good.
Thank you. My point today is, of course, I was on my phone looking at Jets content, and I looked, and something popped up. It was Aaron Glenn's 25 career interceptions.
Ooh.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched them. Fewer, gifts, but there were quite a few that I could see Glenn doing what a good corner does and anticipating routes, seeing film, just position placement, ball hawking skills. I think he can impart that on Sauce, because I mean, Sauce has a few things he has to work on, the obvious ones, but I've seen Sauce a few times on skates trying to catch up to players, like he's on ice trying to, I don't know if that's film study or out of position or whatever it is. I could see Glenn really helping him, maybe being a little more student of the game, even though I think Sauce does study film, but maybe he's got the coaching. Glenn has the coaching part of it and the player part of it on top of it. It's just, that to coach him up. So I look at that as such a huge advantage at this point.
Yeah, I was just going to say, as soon as you started talking about his interceptions and all the skills, before you even said anything, I was like, man, in my head, I'm like, well, hopefully it can impart any of that on Sauce Gardner. Is there any of it can teach? Because we talk about this all the time at the radio station, where that we think Michael Jordan would be an awful coach, and everyone else goes, why? I'm like, Michael Jordan's going to make a shot and go, and then he's going to turn to the guy and go, do it. And you're like, what? How the hell did you do that? He's like, I don't know. I just did it. So, like, the ability to coach, obviously AG, very different. He's someone that has coached. And the other cool thing about AG is that he has all those interceptions. He's 5'9", 5'0", 100 And Sauce Gardner is the one that was built on a lab table. If we could create a corner and we could say, we would give him this, we would give him this, we would give him this. Oh, wait, Sauce Gardner already exists. But I'm not saying Sauce Gardner hasn't been obviously this perfect corner with no issues on the field. There obviously has been. If AG can impart any of that on Sauce, whoa, I mean, oh my goodness, just that impact alone could be crazy. So yeah, that'd be terrific. Now, I wonder if there is a ceiling to some of the things, like, again, Sauce and interceptions, or maybe it will unlock something and then we get like a crazy ass 3, 4, 5 interception season. We're like, whoa, where did that come from? Or tackling, like, is it just a mentality? Is it a technique thing? Like, what is it? I think whatever it is, though, I think we're going to get our best Sauce version that we've ever had, and that I feel very, optimistic about.
Well, another thing that you just made me think of is the rigidity of the Salah, his coaching style, right? So Sauce would never travel. We can't break our little trends here. So maybe that's part of the unlocking of Sauce with Glenn, the schematic part of it. So I'll go with that, Paul. Another one more comment about Edward Ziff. Ziff, you're a NFL seat snob. Okay. Come to a Jets game, enjoy people, enjoy the tailgate. Who cares where you sit? And just in that situation, you just have to deal with it. But I get it. Get a set of binoculars and eat a lot of ziti. You'll be happy. Eat a lot of ziti. Thanks, Paul. Have a good one.
Thanks, Ted. I appreciate it. Yes, I've heard a lot of comments about the Easy call yesterday. Appreciate it, and it's good. It sounds like Easy is back in, which is great and awesome. And I'm sure so many people want to hang out and meet Easy. He is such an interesting character. He's been a fun character and person on this show. There's been very serious things that happened with Easy on the show, and this is what I say to everybody, and I want to make this clear. This is an amazing, amazing, amazing community, man. And I'm not going to call people out in a bad way. I'm going to and say this. There's been a lot of callers, and you know who you are. I won't say by name, but you know who you are, that have had very serious things happen on this show, and we've tried to support you in any way that we could. And a lot of you out there know exactly what I'm talking about. There have been serious life things that have happened with you guys that we've tried to rally around and be there for you in some supportive way. And those things happen on this show. And then we have fun. We joke, we rib each other. And to me, it's all fun. I try to let it all go, of like lay it on the back. It's all fun and games. So I hope no one takes anything too personally. We can all have a good time. There's obvious lines that we don't cross. And nothing happened with that here with Easy or anybody. I'm just saying in general, it's just another reminder that sometimes we get people caught in their feelings of callers and things of that nature. And they don't come back. Like, for instance, I'll give a shout out. June, wherever the hell you are, buddy, feel free to come back, pal. We'd love to have you back. I don't even know if you're doing content right now. I keep thinking of checking on YouTube, and then I keep forgetting. Yeah, June or any of you guys out there, this is amazing. So let's go. Just wanted to give that quick message. All right, a couple of comments here. Kyle Clifton. My wife's seats for the Giants are in the end zone. I prefer my old seats at the 35 in the mezzanine under the overhand on the sunny side of the old stadium, but not terrible. Yeah, I've sat sort of all over stadiums before. I've been up high in the 300s. I've been in the mezzanine, hovering in the 200s. I've had end zone seats, which are straight on where they're coming at us before. We had that for the Notre Dame Syracuse game at the Dome. Yeah, I've had a variety. I would say, and again, my experience, not everyone's experience, for a lot of the seats I've been at, and I've sat all over MetLife Stadium, I keep saying to myself, because me and my dad have gone to Jets Seahawks, we've gone to Jets Cowboys, we're going to Jets Cowboys again. I've gone to Jets Bengals, I've gone to Jets Ravens, I've gone to all Jets Patriots, and I've sat all over MetLife Stadium during my entire fandom and its existence of moving here in 2008. To the upstate New York area and going to a couple of games. I've said to myself, like, damn, is there a bad seat in the house? And maybe there is, technically speaking, maybe there is. For me, I was like, man, no matter what, it's just been the great experience with this will be unique because we've never had 50 people all in my posse, in my party, heading over to a game before. So this is going to be obviously very unique. Excuse me. But it's going to be a fun time. I can't wait for the game. The game's going to be exceptional. The food's going to be exceptional. And a big, big, big shout out to Chef Kevin Gilbert. That's such a massive piece of getting everyone on the right track in the parking lot before the game, getting them food, getting them fed up. And I can't wait. I've heard so many things about Chef Kev's food. So my mind is blown, absolutely blown on all that. So I can't wait. That's going to be such an absolutely fantastic experience. Now, we have 50 tickets in the bucket. that 50 tickets in the bucket. Excuse me. And if you guys have a change of heart, like you're out there in the universe, you didn't buy tickets, but you think you want to buy tickets, the best thing you can do is reach out as soon as possible. My Jets ticket representative said over the coming months, you can add, you being me, can add more people onto the party. But the sooner it is, because the deadline date is passed for the New York Jets, and I've paid them already, but the sooner that you do it, the more likely you are to get a chance to sit with us. If not, you might just get sort of a random seat somewhere in the stadium. And if that's cool with you, then so be it. But yeah, tailgate and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, you guys are going to want to take full advantage. For those that may have second thoughts, say, all right, I'm in, you bastard. That may be the time to do so. Ooh, Stephen Hill. Oh, my God. How is he not on the list? And then we took him over Alshon Jeffrey, who was this fat boy coming out. We're like, oh, look at Jumbo over here. Stephen Hill, Georgia Tech. We got Megatron references in our head. Oh, boy. Christian Hackenberg. You guys are giving good names. We're going to have to do this. We'll see if it's a Boy Green Daily or is it a Boy Green meets Woody. Either way, I have it written down. It's a great topic idea. So shout out to Hep for that. That's awesome. I love that topic. Dave Briga. Paul, you run a good show and nonsensical opinions on verified topics basically don't exist. Well, thank you very much, Dave Briga. It's great to have you on the show, buddy. Oh, wow. Incel Alon. Boy Green and Green Bean, Best Jets content on YouTube. Hey, if I'm in the same sentence as Green Bean, that's a great place to be. I love Green Bean. A great friend of mine. Our schedules have often conflicted, so we can't really join each other's shows, unfortunately. But with my radio career suddenly opening up next week, there should be more time for interviews like that. So hopefully we can work it out. I'd love to reconnect with Green Bean. He's my boy. Reese saying the best seats I had was at the 50-yard line at MetLife, Coaches Club seats. I think we had the same thing. I don't know if the same name. Those are the best seats I've ever had. It was Jets Cowboys 2019. My dad got them. We had access to, like, I assume the Coaches Club thing, what you're talking about, Reese, even though I didn't remember because I didn't buy the tickets. But there was, like, food. We just went in there and grabbed food. And there's like players in there because I remember, here's a great player from Jets history, Ryan Khalil. I don't know if he would make the failed Mount Rushmore for the guy Joe Douglas convinced out of retirement was terrible. But his mother and wife were in there. They were next to us as I was grabbing chicken tenders. So it's like, oh, Ryan Khalil's wife. And you may say, Paul, how the hell do you know Ryan Khalil's wife? Well, she was wearing a jersey that said Mrs. Khalil. So I sort of connected the dots. But that was super cool. Like, I went to the Pirates game over the weekend, and we had this club access thing. And the only thing I had access to was not free food or drink, but it was to pay for food and drink that's a little closer to you. I paid $8.08 for a Coke. I'm like, what the hell? I didn't even get a souvenir cup. It was just a like a paper cup. I'm like, what the hell? So, but at the Jets one, my dad paid for these, and oh baby, the food, the drink, it's spectacular. You can get whatever you want. There's chefs there. Oh, wow. Yeah, that was pretty cool. But I imagine it'll be even better this time with Chef Kev. That'll be amazing. Troy Sturgis, coach of my boys' Little League All-Star Senior Division team. Going to Missouri State this week. Kids grow up fast. Enjoy your time. Troy, and this is, so on one part, I told you guys that this is my last week in radio, and that is sad. I've been doing radio for the last 10 years, sports talk radio, as an intern, a producer, a co-host. I've hosted my own afternoon show by myself. I've co-hosted a morning show, and it's been one of the most thrilling experiences of my life. And now, at least for the foreseeable future, it's going to end. I'll still be doing baseball games, but it's not going to be the same not doing a radio show every day. I will be doing these shows every day, of course. But the one benefit that's immediate to not going to the radio show at the end of these Boy Green Dailies. Oh, sorry, folks, got to end of the show. Like, I won't be saying that starting next week. But is getting to spend more time with my kids. Normally, and I don't need anyone, writing me sad songs or pulling out violins. I'm just telling you my situation is, and it is what it is. I have to do whatever I can to support my family. But 4 of the 5 days of the week, Tuesday through Friday, I'm at the radio station from somewhere in the ballpark at 9:30 in the morning until 11 o'clock at night. And so for 4 of the 5 days, or 4 of the 7 days, 7 days in a week, Paul, you idiot. 4 of the 7 days of the week, I really don't see my kids. In the morning, they're asleep. At night, they're asleep. So the cool thing is, and the silver lining of all of this is, I'll get to be around my kids all the time, and that's really it. That, like, damn, like my fiance, she does really good with picture time and all that sort of stuff. Like, my son just turned 7 months old, like a couple weeks ago, and she's taking pictures of, and then she just posted them of what he looked like 1 month old, 2 months old, 3 months old, 4 months old, 5 months old, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you see him grow, and you're like, holy friggin' crap, man. Like, time is flying. I need to stop time and grab. So every once in a while, I just try to, I'm a very busy guy, and I love being busy. I love my work. I'm a workaholic. I love all that. But every once in a while, I just try to stop and just look around and go, wow, this is cool. Like, look at my son, look at my daughter, look at my whatever. And it's pretty special. So amazing news, Troy. Congrats to you, buddy, that you're getting a chance to do that. I hope I get to coach or manage my kids in some way, sports-wise. That'd be cool. And totally enjoy the time. That's a great message. Shout out to Luca. He says he can't wait. He's bringing a bunch of people. That's going to be terrific. That's amazing. Absolutely. Oh, there you go. Terrence Hill's going to be at the tailgate. Want to meet all you guys. That'll be great. We will be there. There'll be cornhole. There'll be beer pong, apparently. There'll be all kinds of fun gizmos, games, and gadgets. Chef Kev, obviously. Hep apparently is going to be singing a tune. So that'll be great. And we'll be documenting the whole thing. Yes. We'll do a Mount Rushmore of bust for sure. Like I said, it'll either be Boy Green Daily or Boy Green meets Woody. We'll put it on the docket. I had another show I was going to do today, but then this Todd Haley thing came up, and I'm like, oh, there you go. And shout out to EZOC. He's there in the chat. Shout out to EZ, baby. Oh, Green Bean. Oh, could he tell you some stories? Yeah. Terrence Hill says, Green Bean, I would love to have a conversation with him. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be at this tailgate. I think their game they're doing is Jets Steelers, but with Jets Talk, Matt O'Leary, Ryan, and all those guys. Yeah, but Green Bean's an amazing person. J-Boy says, BG and GB shows needed. Yeah, we haven't done them in a long time. It's been too long, quite frankly. Yep. Yes, you can watch a game in the bathroom. That is true. That is true. You can. If you're at the MetLife bathrooms, they have a little TV in there. Very thoughtful. Very thoughtful. When I'm taking a piss, there's nothing else I'd rather do than watch the game. But I try to hold it. I try not to go in the middle of games. More so a halftime situation. Paul Tacker says, BG, can't play that vid with your daughter enough. Yeah, whoever the person that offended, wherever you may be, he may feel differently. But, yeah, I love the wows. And for people that don't know, because I was my fiance overheard the whole controversy, if that's what you want to call it, last week of like someone hating the wows. And what people don't know, and I'll break the wall down here, is my daughter has had some speech problems. She's 3.5 years old. She's not at the same speech level as others, so she's not in full sentences. She's not doing all. She's very smart, but she has some speech issues. So when that, and I'll play it again for everyone. When this happened, let me pull this up here. All right, here it is. When she did this,
Wow.
the reason why it was a cute moment, but the reason why you see me and my dad smile and sort of shock and surprise for me is my daughter woke up and my bedroom is right around the corner. And she came out, she came to see me. And sometimes she does. But she has not said words, like a lot of words. As she's going through a process, every kid is different, I'm sure. And when I'm like, is there, I'm trying to remember because I don't have the full scene. Obviously, it's just a 3-second wow, but I think I remember saying, like, is there anything you want to tell him, honey? And she just leaned into the mic and went, wow. And I was like, what the bleep? Like, oh my God. She has never said wow before. And boom, she just said it clear as day here on the mic. That was so cool. And now I forever have that moment documented. It's cool that it's now ingrained into the show. So every super chat that comes through, I get to play it again and again and again, which is awesome. So I know for some people, apparently, it's incredibly annoying and corny, as it was called, and all these things. But for me, it's just this amazing moment that I get to keep reliving. I get to keep reliving it over and over again. So it's so cool. So thank you for that, Paul. And that's for people that don't know the rest of the story. So amazing. Terrence says, Paul, if you work from home, homeschool the children. Sure, yeah. I've always wanted to be a teacher. Come on, kids. Let me tell you a story. Let's go around. Let's gather around the campfire. Yeah, that'd be great. Check the teacher button off the playlist. That'd be nice. Yes. Mahar Khalil, will Boy Green be breaking any boards at the tailgate? Yeah, I mean, I could give that a whirl. Someone I can't remember who suggested this. And Terrence will write that down. Mount Bustmore. Okay, that sounds good. All right, I'll put that down in the notes. Okay. Yeah, all caps. Mount Bustmore. We'll put that's on the notes. So thank you, Terrence Hill. Great name. Well, I'd be breaking any boards. Someone suggested somewhat recently, like there's like I always forget who these guys are, and I don't mean it disrespectfully, but what I remember back in the Facebook days is when the Jets won a game, this guy would jump into his pool in his backyard. When the Jets win, we go in. Woo, Jet, boom, and dove in the pool. So that was like a cool thing. I remember that in the Facebook old school days, like 10, 15 years ago or something. I was like, oh, that's a cool little thing. And people recently said, oh, Paul, you're this like black belt crazy guy. What if you broke boards? Like put the logo of the team we're facing and go, yeah, and like break it or something. Wouldn't that be cool? I'm like, yeah, maybe. But it just never happened. So, yeah, sure. I'll try to do in whatever clothes I'll be wearing in October. Try to see if I can randomly break some boards. Sure. If health is there, I will. And if someone randomly brings a board, I guess. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, Lucas says, who hated the Wows? I don't know. I got some email from somebody that hated the Wows and said they're super annoying and corny and please cut the crap. So, yeah. Yeah. I don't know who the person is. I must have deleted the email and I couldn't find it when I kept trying to look for it. But unable to find whoever it was. So, very nice. MFC says, Paul, play the WoW more often. Screw the haters. Well, you just sent in a YouTube super chat, MFC, so I have no other choice.
Wow.
Appreciate that, mother effing chew. Yeah, screw the haters. I love it. It's great, and I love to do it. And like I said, it brings me great joy to do it. I'm glad it does it for you guys too. With your previous super chat combinations, MFC, you now have 10 raffle tickets on the month. So thank you, brother. And also, I love doing the WoW. WOW. Very nice. Easy says Green Bean homeschooling his kids. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. Awesome. Yes. And we'll get more into that. Let's see. JT says, never understood when someone grows the balls to tell someone how to run their show. Well, all kinds of things happen. Where people tell you to do more of this or less of this or whatever. I don't take any offense. Like, I mean, that one was, if ever I was to take offense, that would be the one to do it. That's like, what a jerk. Like, come on, man. That seems aggressive. But besides that, for the most part, I let it, this is probably going to sound weird, but one of the things I really wanted to have happen when I was being a Jets fan, it's like, man, it would be so cool to do a show and people care about the show. Like, that people called in or sent in comments or whatever, that they understood and they were a part of it. But I always said to myself, like, I wonder if more people come on, are more haters naturally going to come? And boy, did they. And yeah, it's part of it. So, yeah, as the Boy Green Daily show has grown, more people that don't like it whatsoever let their feedback be shared via email, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and everything in between. So appreciate it. Oh, that's awesome. Luca, I love the Wows. Have a little girl myself. It's precious to hear them. Thank you so much for saying that. I appreciate that. You guys all love the Wows. Kyle says, I mean, you could give respectful feedback, but it's his daughter. It is. So, let's try to remember that moving forward if we can. I appreciate it. All right, there you go. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Hey, look, we've got it fresh out of the oven. Some EZD, baby. What's up, EZ?
Oh my God, I overslept. Luckily,
all right,
I don't have
man.
work today. But
Yeah, I was just about to say, oh, thank God.
Oh.
All right, that could have been bad. Yeah.
yeah, it's just wow, one of them days.
I feel you. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Been there.
I feel like Bart and Lisa this morning.
I see that. They look dead.
They're holding hands.
Oh, that's nice. That's endearing. It's a nice
This
shirt.
is my. Yeah, it's a Halloween shirt.
Oh, okay.
I love
That's
it.
festive.
I feel like dead children, and it's kind of
Yeah, there you go. You know,
No,
hey,
that-
different strokes, different folks. You know, different strokes, different folks. You're making a
Yes.
Western? What's going on?
I ain't making shit. I just woke up.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
just like, I think I'm gonna be making reservations.
Oh, nice. There you go.
I'm probably gonna go. I'm probably gonna head down into the village and go to a little breakfast place and get myself a
Oh, nice.
breakfast there. Oh, I got the alfalfa dew going on.
Yeah, that's all right. Hey, you know what? Different strokes. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so anyway, yeah. Well, remember when Green Bean was doing that World Saucer Tour?
Oh, yeah.
Coaster
The
tour?
roller coaster tour. Yeah, that was sweet. I loved watching those videos. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been homeschooling his kids for years.
Oh, that makes
So
sense
he
with all
can
the
give you
traveling,
any
I
kind
guess.
of advice on. Yeah, so he can give you advice on how to homeschool your kids so you get to have more happy time.
Sweet. There you go.
They're only young ones, really. They're only young ones, so you really should try to take advantage of this situation of being able to work from home. It's really a great situation for you
Yeah.
and your girlfriend, so that you guys can just like chill and raise the kids and still have an income, and that's a perfect
Yeah.
scenario for you guys.
Yeah. Green Bean must have been the coolest homeschool teacher of all time. That sounds cool. I feel like I want to go to that class. That sounds awesome.
I don't know. Sometimes them fun people can be like, real tyrants when it comes to teaching. You don't know. Green Bean's
Yeah, I
kind
guess
of an
that's a good
interesting
point.
cat. He had
Yeah,
a
that's
rough.
true.
If you've heard his stories,
I have.
he was
I
kind of
have.
a roughneck and did all sorts of crazy. He was a psycho when he was younger.
Sure. We've
That's
all
how
been
he
there.
knows how to fix psychos.
That's right.
Oh
Yeah.
I've definitely been, and everyone. Well, I don't even have to say it. Everybody knows I've been there. So
Sure.
it happens. What did I miss today as far as football? Because I just got up and I didn't catch anything.
Yeah. Last night, Todd Haley was on ESPN with a ESPN host. His name's Kevin Clark. The show is called This Is Football. And he gave like sort of a 5-minute diatribe on Aaron Glenn and why I think he's going to be successful, and gave some Bill Parcells, Aaron Glenn stories. There's just some good stuff. So, and some offensive meetings they used to have about why AG is not just a defensive coach. There's just a lot of good stuff there reacting to that sort of.
Well, I believe the best way to be a good defender is to understand how offenses work.
Sure.
So that
of
you
course.
can game plan. You got to
Right.
know both sides of the ball. But yeah. So you were a running back. I was a running back. Hep was a running back.
Yep.
But
A lot
the
of
only
RBs.
reason I played running back was because I was too small for anything else, and I was probably the slowest running back on the team. But it was all right. I didn't care. I enjoyed playing football in high school, and that was it. And that was the end of
I
my
loved high school
career.
football. Hey, that was the end of mine too. I didn't get any college offers. Didn't go to the NFL. But that's some of the greatest moments of my life. I loved being on a football team. The camaraderie, the laying hits, the getting hit, all of it. I would do it all over again.
Yeah. Well, football is great, but we'll see what happens this season. I actually think the Jets are going to probably just peak at around 9-8. I think
That'd be
that's
great.
pretty much what it's going to be. Maybe 10-7 if some things
Phenomenal.
twist our way. But I cannot see this team. I don't understand how the pundits are going to say the Patriots are going to be better than us. Patriots had nothing the last 2 years, like nothing. We had players, we just didn't have the coaching. Now we've got both. Now, I understand the Patriots got a couple more good players, but
Do they?
I don't know why they think that it's all of a sudden Brady and Belichick. That's kind of crazy.
I think so too. I think it's a little wild. I don't really understand it, but I guess the proof will be in the pudding this season.
We'll see. We shall see what we shall see.
Well,
Did they announce
go
what
ahead.
uniforms have they announced the weeks when they're going to be wearing the black uniforms or the Namath uniforms, and have they
Not
done
yet.
any of that stuff yet?
That may come in training camp. I don't know. The Jets have been sort of weird in their history with announcing. Like a lot of other teams are very, whatever the word is, forthcoming and say, hey, here's our uniform lineup for the whole season. The Jets have always been slow in that department. So I don't know when that's coming, but that'd be great. That'd be great. I haven't heard anything yet.
That's cool. There's one other thing. I wanted to mention
Sure,
about training camp. Do the
Yeah.
Jets ever plan on doing remote training camps at Hofstra ever again?
It's a great question. I'll talk to Jets people that I
'Cause-
know in the building to see if that's ever possible, or even like a Cortland or something. Like, is any of that possible anymore? And we'll see. The last that I heard, and again, Bills still do it. They go to St. John Fisher's in Rochester, so they still do it where they go to dorm rooms and do the whole experience. And I love that at Cortland. They just like being at their multi-billion-dollar facility where they get to control everything. But I do hope that they go back to those waters.
Yeah, because right at Hofstra they actually have Weeb Eubank Hall, so it's
Yeah.
great.
And
They
just
used to-
Luke
they
is
used to set
asking,
up things.
Jets do not return July 18th. It's July 19th, the rookies report, and then the veterans report on the 22nd. So, and then obviously training camp starts shortly thereafter. And then they have a sort of a, I'm forgetting the word. It's like a welcoming phase, basically, an initiation phase before we get to pads. So all that is right there. So yeah, it's the 19th. We're like 3-ish weeks away. Yeah.
They used to do some really cool things at Hofstra. They used to do like what they call Jets Fest, and they would set up the bouncy tent for the kids, and they'd have a whole section set up for where you could practice doing field goals, and
they
was
did
really
that in
kinda
Cortland
cool.
too.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, yeah, they did that in Cortland too.
That was a lot of fun. Yeah, it
I hope they
brings the
bring it back.
kids out and grows the fan base. It's like a little tiny Jets amusement park, and it was great. And I think the players really liked it too, because the players got to mingle after practice, and they had a great time.
Mm-hmm. Very much
Anyway,
so.
I gotta go take a shower because I'm still
All right. Yeah.
Let's see you guys.
All right. There you go. There's EC. Excellent. So yeah, take a shower, go to that diner. That sounds great. I'm starving. I would love to go to that diner right now, but not happening. Like I said, I'm only going to get a chance to say this for a few more days. I have to head off to the radio show, guys. Again, I only have a few more days to say that, and then on Friday's our final show. If you guys want to come along for the ride, like I said, most of our interviews will be eventually brought over to the digital side. We're going to have legendary former Syracuse basketball coach Jim Boeheim. I'm looking forward to that. That'll be today. And a bunch of other wonderful guests will be joining us in our final week. We've got an all-star list of guests, and I hope you guys can join us. So thanks, everybody, for tuning in. I'll be back for Boy Green Meets Woody later today at 3 o'clock. I'm bringing all the podcast gear there, too. And shout out to Indy on the way out. My birthday today, 53 years young, baby. It's going to be wonderful to meet you, Indy, at the Jets-Cowboys tailgate. Can't wait, brother. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in, and we'll see you again at 3 o'clock for Boy Green Meets Woody. Take care.